Okay, welcome back to another WAVTool experiment. I'm going to continue where I left off before somewhat, exploring some of the first impressions that I have. And then there's a couple things that I've been reading about that I'd like to try within the program that we didn't touch on last time. So this will be exploratory still, but this is now technically my third time in, but really the second time that I'm making a video about it for broadcast. So let's go ahead and get rid of that, and we're going to go ahead and log in. And here's my little ditty that I did before. It's still here, and we're going to just hold on to that for now. I do want to come back and do some more exploration on this, but I'm actually going to do a new project, and that's fine. I had all of that saved. It was fine. And I want to add an audio track. And I want to see what kind of AI tools, if any, are available for some of the audio here. And normally you would be putting an input here, like a guitar or a bass or a vocal. But I want to see, I also noticed that there are some loop libraries that you have access to, and perhaps bring some of those up and see what we have access to. So let's go right to rock and pop. And I'm not sure who the author is on any of these, but we could certainly see there's a lot of different things. And there's also a sample generator. Generate a sample from text. So maybe we'll try to generate a funky drum beat. Let's create a funky drum beat. Of course, that's very broad, but we'll see. Generating sample. Well, we might be able to work with that. Let's just see what else it comes up with, though, and submit. So obviously, okay, let's try giving it some more context. Let's create an 8-bar funky drum beat with that isn't too busy. So I don't want something that's as busy as what we just got. Now let's see, this 5-second, 10-second, I'm guessing maybe that's the sample length. Maybe you can't tell it by bar. Oh, I see, yeah, 5 seconds. So that's the 5 seconds, 10 seconds is telling me how long it's going to be. Well, let's take that. Let's see what happens to that when we drag that onto the timeline. And curious to know if it will be in time with our tempo, project tempo, which I think I still left at 120, just for argument's sake. So that needs a little bit of work, I think. So let's go back to here. And we don't have a really good downbeat here. So maybe we want to trim this. And here's my bars. Maybe I can trim this a little bit better. So right away I'm seeing that this is probably not going to be set to the project tempo. And that's something we'd want to try to get closer to here. Can I move this? Can I make this so that I can just move it around without lock? Let's see, take the lock off. That's what I want. So now I can get down in here, and let's get rid of this whole thing over there and start right on the beat. Okay, let's bring in I'm going to go back and add a MIDI clip, and I'm going to add, let's see, I'm going to add a MIDI drum just to kind of go along with this, and going to add some 808 drums and compose with AI. Okay, it's a little bit of a mess right now, but what I'm looking for is, let's say we mute this sample up here, and we play this beat here. Okay, that's solid. That's a very solid beat, and we would also probably want to let's continue to compose with this. Going to add some other parts here, and then I'm going to create this as more of a section of the song. And let's move this all the way back, and let's see how many beats did I get. Okay, that's good. Let's go to fixed, half note, quarter note. Let's go down to eighth note so I can see that. Good. And let's do one more bar. Okay. So we've got at least 4 measures. That's what I'm looking for here. At least 4 measures of something that's in time. Okay. And I want to see how this is locking to that. Let's unmute that. Pretty sloppy. Now, to be fair, I didn't tell it when it made the funky groove that I wanted it to do it at a certain BPM, so maybe we need to do that. Let's take that out, and let's go to audio, and I want to create, let's go back to those loops. Do I have to do it like this? Not quite sure. Let's delete this track. I'll just do a new audio one. No, that doesn't help. Sample library, config, nope, escape. Sample library. Is it because I moved it all the way over? That's because I moved it over. All right, let's do create a basic drum beat in, let's see, basic rock drum beat in 4/4 at 120 BPM. Something simple. So again, it's given me 5 seconds of something, but you know, 5 seconds. Let's see. Let's try it again. I think this should be measured in. At least have an option for measures. Interesting. So the rock drum beat had a bunch of guitar noise in there, I noticed. That was crazy. Let's reject that and submit again. All right, got some Tom Waits going here. We'll keep that. It's not really what I was looking for, but it sounds neat. Okay, so it sounds like it's on a lot more. Maybe that BPM I gave it helped it out. Let's see if I can get this out to here. It's basically gonna work, I think. Okay, it's not too bad. Let's see if it loops as well as it should. All right. All right, so that's a drum part. Let's save this as... Whoa, that didn't work. Save as created new audio loops. All right, let's try to get another thing in here. So how about a bass line, create a bass riff to go with our current 120 BPM PM groove. Interesting. So it's mixing instruments. It's giving me guitar and bass, sort of, but with a bunch of drums. That's not usable. I'm going to reject that. Oh, Grove. Let's try Groove. See if that was a solo bass riff. So any mistakes I make along the way, like with spelling and all that, are completely by accident. But they are good for testing this. Now that's interesting in itself. I might put that in my library, but that's not really what it is at all. Explore. Let's go explore some stuff and see. I mean, I really would like to, let's just keep making stuff. Okay, so to be fair, they do say the sample generator is beta. So I think within the context of the request, if the context is give me a bass, I should only have bass. If it says drums, give me drums. If I say give me a jazz combo, well, then that's something else. Maybe I want a rhythm section or something. So let's not hammer too much on the sample generator since that is beta. Let's explore what else is here. I think I've got responses, reverb responses, transitions, typical stuff. Yeah. Nice stuff here. Okay, so that's, I mean, there's millions of loops available out on the web, purchased and otherwise. Nice. Okay. So let's search within this pack. Is there anything? Kalimbas. I like kalimbas. Kalimba. Anything there? Maybe not transitions. Probably not transitions. Let's see if there's any rock pop pop. Okay, there's probably not going to be any kalimbas in here either. Nope. All right. So I wouldn't really say, I mean, it's probably going to be a while till they get some really good loops here, and this is not really the way I would compose with, I need to see things a little bit presented a little bit differently. So this is a start. Let's see what this is. Okay. Be a nice count in for something. Okay, that's cool, and it kind of is a lot better in time here. So let's see. Let's turn this off. It's going to clash with that other rhythm. All right, that's fine. Let's put this back. Okay. All right, so we've got our thing here, and I'm going to try to put this window away and go back to explore. See what else we have here. One shots. So drums. Yeah. I don't see a way to make a drum kit in here yet, so all of these one shots would not be as useful unless you were going to lay them out on the timeline individually, which takes a lot more time. Perhaps if there is an instrument that is a drums, and we say heavy drums, I don't know if I can tell it to use those samples, but I don't think you can. I haven't seen that yet. Okay. So I think I'm going to title this one Sample Generator Beta, but I think that there's still a lot more that can be done there. Looks like you could load more packs. What other packs are there to load? Liked samples, explore, load more packs. Oh, there's toms, Titan drums, more packs, neural techno, breaks. So lots of drums and things, which is good for generating ideas. Here's some tones. Okay. Okay. Interesting. And there's the BPM. It's given us the BPM right there. The sample generator did not calculate a BPM, I noticed. So that would be something that it would need to be able to either have it set before it creates it, or after it creates it, assess what that BPM is going to be in order to make it usable. So yeah, that was a little walkthrough of that feature. There's a couple other things that I would like to try to take a look at, and I want to break these up into smaller consumable bits. So we'll do another one here pretty soon, and thanks for watching.